Hello and welcome. Uh, Today I'm going to show you how to import the drill hole data, and this time we are going to use real life data. So far in my previous tutorials I have been generating data, just imaginary data all by myself, and as I was trying to give you some idea about how to use a point source data or a drill hole data, and I was making up those numbers, same thicknesses and everything. So my database, it was real simple. But in real life, you have a more complex database than what I had before in my earlier tutorials. Now, for example, in this uh, exercise, I have a CSV file, and this contains real life data, and depending on what you're working on you may have a different order, but this is what I received from my technical support, and that's the database that I'm gonna use to model my code seams. Now in this area I have multiple different seams, and let's just first take a quick look at the database. What we have, let's look at the header. I have the easting, I have the northing, and right after that I have the elevation, and that's the elevation of the borehole. It is the surface elevation of the borehole. Then I have the borehole ID or hole ID, or it's similar what we had before as hole name, borehole name. Then I have the top depth and the bottom depth, and then bottom elevation, then thickness. Then I have a lithology code, then a column for the seam code, and not every single strata got a seam code. Like over here I have a seam code SEW for the serial cold seam, and it's 13.6 feet thick. Well, and you see it's VOMN, that means a mine void. The seam itself, it probably was not 13.6 feet thick, but when somebody drilled over there they thought they encountered 13.6 feet of broken strata in that horizon. Well, let's go back to the top, and then I have three different columns side by side. They are cold key, deep key, and the surface key. Now what is cold key? Let's go back and take a look here. Say for the weld seam I have 0.13 of coal, and this column is for the cold key. Let's put another color for the deep key. So let's deep is green. Here we go. So for the weld, my cold key is 1, my deep key is 1. So so both of the seams will be imported. Well, so uh, when you're importing the data, you have to have a column for key or non-key strata. So depending on what you are modeling, you can import this column right here which says the cold key, or another column right here which says the deep key. Now if you look at this rule same over here, because it's a mine void, over here my cold key column says 0. That means it's not, this thickness will not be used for modeling in StrataCalc if you import this column right here. But if you import it as a deep key, it says 1. So that means in the StrataCalc model, this seam, that thickness value will be used. Now let's take a look at another seam. Like over here, it's LRG, it's another seam where I have the coal with bone, both got 1. I have a clay which is a parting. The parting did not get any key signature with it, but if you are deep mining, then you have to mine everything as one seam, so it's got one. When you are at coal, both your coal key and the deep key, they're both of them will be processed. uh, yeah, let's look at Pocahontas 8 seam. When like here's a pyrite, so that's a parting. So for the coal key, it's getting 0, so it will not be used for your thickness modeling. But if you do a deep key, then even that thickness will be used for the thickness modeling. Same thing over here, even for the bones. So what I'm trying to say, if you are doing a surface model and you know that you can take out some portions of your seam, like some partings of your seams, and you can selectively scalp out those sections, then you don't have to model from the very top to the very bottom of your whole seam. See, that could be 5 feet, but you may have 1 feet of parting in that. So when you are doing a surface modeling, you can map a 4-foot thickness at that borehole location. But if you're doing a deep mine, doesn't matter if you have a foot of parting or not, you gotta mine the whole section and take it outside your mine and then do your processing. So you would wanna model it as a full section. Like if it's a 5 feet seam, model it as a 5 feet seam. So these two columns, it's kind of defines what your end goal is, what you're trying to achieve, and just it's nice to have both, so you can change from one to another. Okay, now then I have a surface key and it says not applicable. uh, so in this project probably we were just looking at the deep mines, and we were not looking at the surface mine at all. And if you have surface key applicable, then you can also have another column scalpable. And here you have another column for order, like which order your strata are in one borehole. Like over here, this starts from 1 and it goes to right there, so 187. So you have 187 entries. Now let's try to import this thing. Okay, let's first save it, and when we save it, it will remove all that color and everything from the CSV file. Let's go here, and I think it's a blank. I'll just select everything and hit delete, so everything is gone. So go to Dreho, and I have already defined my defined in hole. It's just this window, and I didn't actually change anything, just said okay, I'm just gonna use whatever. Then I'm just gonna go to Dreho and import my Dreho, do the Dreho import custom import formatter, and all of my data is in one file. So I'm just use separate Dreho's and strata files. I said no, here my data file, that file contains all the data that I need. Okay, then hit open. Now this is the order that the data is listed in my CSV file, and I've got the same order over here, except because I'm just going by bottom elevation of the strata, I'm not importing the thickness data from my file. Like I have the easting northing elevation, easting northing surface elevation, then the drill hole name, then top depth, bottom depth, I don't care. So top depth, bottom depth, I'm just skipping. I'm telling the program to not import those. Then but I'm importing the straight up bottom elevation. Thickness, I don't care. I'm saying just skip it. Then lithologic code is your strata name, same code is your bed name. Then which one to import? You could import the coal key. If you do that, then kind of you will be kind of mining the surface portion. But I'm going to just skip it, and I'm just going to do a straighter key or not. So I'm going to import this one, the deep key, and I don't care anything what's there after that. Oops, what did I do? Okay, bed name. Let's see, same code, then skip, then helps remove that. Okay, so what we are going to import is the deep key, and here you can define different things. Add only key straighter. Do we want to do that? Well, let's try that. Let's add only key straighter so that it will keep everything simple, and there'll be like whole we know that in our database we have shale and sandstone and everything else, but we just want to look at the key straighter. And it's asking whether it should fill in the interior bed names. I'm not gonna do that. Avoid duplicate straighter names. I'm just not gonna do anything else. I mean, you can do a whole bunch of different things, but sometimes if you have a really complicated data, it can mess it up. So I'm just going to stick to one command, just import my key straighter and just start looking at my model from that standpoint. Okay, and just hit OK, and it says imported 93 drill holes. I'm just going to say Z and E, zoom extend, and here they're like really tiny. So what I'm going to do, go to drill hole utilities, and then change symbol size, and change drill hole symbol size. Let's make it 200. Select all. Here we go. So it's a little bit bigger now. You can kind of see. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do is draw drill hole text. Let's see. Text size say 200. Draw drill hole name. I don't care about surface elevation. I don't care about the bed name right at this moment, but we will. Then hit OK. Select objects, select pretty much everything, then hit enter, and it's asking for straighter name and all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to clear it up and just hit OK. Now you have the names for each of the boreholes here. Okay, maybe I made it a little bit too big, so I'm gonna undo this, and then what I'm gonna do, make it 50, and that's it. All. Okay, now they're a little bit tinier, but they're not at the top of each other, so we can probably use it. Okay, now before I do anything, let's just open up one of the boreholes. So what you see over here is I don't know what you see. Let's see. Okay, it has imported the P6, all of the P6. Shell with coal with bone, and notice they're all key. COBRT, bone, coal, SHCR. It's a big thing, and so what it did, it imported all the P6, and then my next bed name is P7, and it did not import anything, but it combined all that thickness and made it a COBRT overburden. I would like to actually say it like a P6 overburden. I don't know how to do that, but anyway, so that's what it did. Then it imported my P7, all the P7 sims and partings and everything, and then COBRT. Is it key? No, it's not key. Then P8, then again COBO overburden, then coal, then that overburden over here, then Beckley, then CO. Here I'm seeing one problem here. You have duplicate strata names over here. Okay, I don't like that very much. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back. Okay, delete everything. I'm gonna go back to the import drill holes and drill hole import. Do exact same thing, and I'm gonna choose one more option in here. Avoid duplicate strata name, and let's see what it does. Okay, and this time just open up a let's make the text bigger, otherwise it will be hard to select anything. How do we do that? Over here, change, no, not symbol number, the whole utilities, change symbol size, make that 150, choose all, and here we go. Okay, let's open up any of the boreholes. Okay, now so one thing, the problem thing in here, last time I saw I had 6 different COBO within my P6 sim, but now they combine bunch of my codes into like one thing, and well, one thing you notice that your overburden that you see, they are always different. None of the overburdens got the same name. Okay, and same thing about your strata. None of the strata, they are exactly the same. They are not. But the question is, do I want it? Well, let's. This is 1444. Let's go to that borehole. Let's find that sucker. 1444. 1444. Let's find the P6 sim. Okay. So in P6 sim, this is my P6 sim. So I had a 2.44 coal sim, 0.1 shell, and zero point 0.4. Same thing. Coal with bony coal at the top again. So let's see. 2.44, 0.1, 0.4. Yeah, that's perfect. I like it. Okay. From here to there, between P6 and P7, I have 62.2 rock. That's great. That's what I like. Go to P7. P7 only one entry should be fine. Okay. P8 one entry should be fine. FC, what it did to FC? For FC, I've got 3 different entries in here. CO2, that's just still cold shell and coal. What it? Cold shell and coal. Okay. So what it looks like, it's importing all my strata for the T core, but if it's encountering the same strata repeating again, it's renaming to something else or adding like some numeric numbers at the end. Let's see, Beckley should be one entry and it should be fine. Beckley one entry and it's fine. P6, should they all should be good. Let's check another borehole. Okay, I like to check couple different drill holes and make sure and understand what it did. Okay, this one is 15 July. It's kind of crazy name. 15 July. I saw something wrong. Let's try that now. That borehole name doesn't look right, you know. 15 June. They there may be some formatting problem with the drill hole name that I need to figure out. Okay, let's try another borehole. That can be 15 joule. Let's try this one. This one is 42. Let's see if yeah, it's got bunch of holes there. So I want to make sure that I know I understand what I did. Okay, here's my 42. Let's go to the P6. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different entries. P6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different entries. So what it looks like, it has got everything that I need, and it's probably a pretty good import. You know, it did not import any strata information for my overburden or the interburden, but it has imported every single thing for the seam. Now sometimes when you are making like a seam thickness map, you don't want to present all that details on a map. You just want to show what's the total thickness of the P6 seam. How are you going to do that? Now once you have this data, then you can actually do go to drill holes, then go to your strata bed utilities, and then do composite strata by beds. Now we know that it has imported every single information for our key cold seam. Then we can composite my strata. Remember, this time it's probably going to include my partings into my total cold seam thickness. Let's remember, let's open up one of those boreholes before we do anything. Let's put this one. I have a P6. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different entries, and I have one bone which is 0.18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's 1867. 1867. Okay. So what I'm gonna do? Go to my drill hole and do straight bed bed utilities to a composite. No. I wanna do drill holes. Strata bed utilities, composite strata by bed names. Okay, then select objects. I'm going to select all, select object, and it says updated 93 drill holes. Okay, so let's open up. Now if you see, for every single cold seam you have only one data. How nice. Okay, P6, P7, P7R, and here you see the names. They're pretty nice. This is P6 key, and total thickness is 4 feet. It's a key seam. P7, it's 3.13. So now you have something that you can work with, and it's really good. So you start your from the very surface. The first seam you encounter in this hole is the spool seam. It's 4 feet thick, and it is 30 feet down the surface. Then you have 76 feet of interburden between the spool coal and the welch, and the welch is 78 feet below the surface. Doesn't make sense. Hold on. What am I looking at? Yeah, that's depth. Here's the thickness. So between the welch and the spool, I have 46 feet of overburden. Yeah, right. And you can see kind of, if when you click on one of these layers here on this right side, it will light up the what you're looking at. Like this overburden is over here. Okay. Now that overburden is right there. Okay. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. So in this one, I'm gonna check one last thing before I feel it's good, and this is good for a deep mine situation, and I'm gonna tell you why. Um, Now before I do that, let's check one more thing, which is this is a that's the 24th July hole. That's not right. There's some formatting issue with my borehole name. Let's open up one other one, something else. This is 231 273-1. Now, well, go to my CSV. Let's try 273-1. I have 3 P6 and it's 0.5 plus 8, so 1.3 should be my total thickness. Let's go to there. 1.3. Let's make sure. 8.8 plus 0.5 is 1.3. So we are good there. Let's check another one. P7 1.37. Where is P7? So 1.37. If it's got only one entry, so you know you're good. Let's check my fire clay, where I do have a parting, but because it's a deep key, this is what we imported. It should include that thickness into my you know uh, calculation. So add this is this plus this plus this 2.54. Which one is it? This is FC. Let's go to FC. 2.54. Voila. So now I know that by telling my program that doesn't matter if it's a parting within the seam, still consider it's a key strata, and then importing my key strata and then telling it that rename duplicate strata, then I have all those components imported. Now when I have all that, then what I did, I combined all my strata by bed name to get the total thickness. So right now my database, what I have here, it's a very simple database with only the total thickness of my cold seams. Okay, now there are a couple of problems with this approach. One problem, if I had a mine void, I have not ignored those thickness points right now. Okay, to do that you gotta define some horizon code, or you have to tell my program not to process the borehole when you are doing your model. Okay, uh, but other than that, it's a very good and nice database right now that I have for my modeling. Okay, for modeling I don't care if it's a sandstone or shale or whatever above my top. I'm just more concerned about the thickness of my coal seam, and you typically put an average density for your interburden and your overburden. So this is a simple and nice way to model your seam. And if it's a like a deep seam, most of the time you don't even care for your overburden strata. You pretty much want to know exactly how many tons of coal you have in the ground and how much you can extract. Then you can apply your mining thickness. If it's higher than your coal seam, you will have some out of seam dilution that you gotta calculate, but that's a different thing. Now let's do a couple more things. And why did I do that? Why did I come up with one particular seam thickness for the model? Well, Sometimes you gotta create some maps with the thickness assigned to the boreholes. Now, as I have only one thickness, it will be a concise one thickness reported under each borehole for a particular sim. And how do I do that? Let's go to borehole, go to draw borehole text, borehole. This window comes up, and then we want to draw the bed name, and we want the thickness. Okay, what is the thickness? Draw strata thickness in feet, and not load, but it's okay. Now it's asking select objects. Let's select all again, and it's gonna ask me which strata. You can select multiple strata, but I'm gonna suggest that just select one. So select, we are gonna look at the Sul scene. Okay. Unfortunately, it did not print anything, but why? Let's see. Draw strata thickness in feet. Draw drill hole name. Draw bed name. I don't need any of that. Which strata to include is a selected strata. Try that again. Select objects all, and it's the Sul scene that I sort beds. Sul scene is the one that I want to look at. It's not printing, and it's frustrating. I'm not doing something right. Okay, just I'm trying to figure out what. Maybe I have to select both. Select objects all. No, it's not doing anything, and I'm not sure why. Let's figure out why. In this one, I don't have any tools. Oh, here we go. So it's been doing, but it's not all of the boreholes got the Sul sim, and that's the problem. So what we have been doing so far, we have printed the Sul sim too many times. Let's undo a whole bunch of times. Let's see. Yeah, you see, you still have the Sul sim in many places. Here we go. Now I have nothing. Let's try it again, okay? Let's try drill hole. Do drill hole utilities, drill hole text, standard drill hole text. We'll do the drill hole name, drill hole straighter name. I don't need the straighter name. I need the bed name. Actually, I don't even need the bed name. If I know what bed it is, maybe I do need, at least for now. Text, just do it in 20s, and I have two decimals for the thicknesses. Hit OK and select the objects to all, and again I want sourcing. Okay, now let's go. So now you see in some of the boreholes you do have the data, and in some others you don't. So that means these holes, they started below the Sul seam horizon, so that's why you don't have the data. Okay, so it's a nice way to draw a map that will show you your boreholes where you do have the soil data. Now, is there any other way? I guess not. Well, let's draw a couple of geologic columns. Before I do that, I need a line. So go to draw hole points. Where is my draw? Draw. Then draw a 2D polyline is fine. So I'm just gonna draw something like that, and I'm gonna just do a quick geologic column. Okay, that's all fine. Select this. Say okay. Select a whole bunch of boreholes, and yeah, I want to connect every single of those. Yep. Then I'll do okay and ask me to pick a location. Flat. I have to increase my distance from the line. Let's do 5,000. Okay, so objects. Bed names this, this. All the key components. Key. I've got all the key components now. Okay, then let's the position to the borehole. Here we go. Now let's take a quick look at it. What are we doing? So now you can actually maybe able to pick up some major problems real quick. There might be some problem with the elevation for this borehole. You can tell because there's a very sharp dip in your thickness, or maybe not. We are projecting everything very tightly in here, but you can see those lines. They are there's another problem right here. Well, it's not really a problem. This PR7 key, it's absent in many places, and if it's absent, then this program does not pinch it out. It just connects it to the next available strata. So you've got to be careful with some of the seams and how you use it. So see that PR thing, that rider cold swim, it just doesn't follow anything. The same thing is going on with couple of upper seams, like the welch. Sometimes when the driller had the well seam in the very shallow overburden area. Let's see. But overall it looks good, and we know if we fix this problem or add either zero tack to every single borehole, that will solve the problem. Yeah, looks really good. Okay, well, let's stop right over here. And what we did, we imported our drill hole from this big data set to and we made a composite data set right now for the presentation purpose. Now when you are modeling, actually you don't care about what the thickness really is, or how to present the data using this program, then you don't have to do all that stuff. You can just import the data and immediately start modeling your data, and we'll do that in our next tutorial. uh, Thank you for listening again, and this particular tutorial is more for myself and not, maybe you may not be able to correlate it very well, but uh, thank you if you're listening. Bye bye.